couple of announcements for the month of May. Firstly, this week, Mayor Walsh filed an amended ordinance establishing the guidelines and regulations for short-term rentals, so something that NEWRA has been on top of since the very beginning. Some of these classifications have been narrowed down, so there would be 3 classifications allowed in Airbnb units in the city of Boston. The first being a bedroom unit that will continue with a yearly fee of $25. The second being a whole unit in a building that has a resident living inside of the building for at least 9 months out of the year, and that fee would be around $200. The third is an owner adjacent type, so a 2 or 3 story family building where the owner lives in one of them and their Airbnb being the second one for up to 120 days, and that fee would also be $200. Lastly, one of the biggest change from the first filed ordinance is the removal of investor units. So investor units, when somebody buys a whole building and decides to Airbnb it, that would not be allowed under this current ordinance. It would then have to go through zoning, so through a community process with groups like you, with the butters meeting, and actually changing the zoning to more of a hotel use type. So the city council will be debating that over the summer, and thanks to all the input that NEWRA, Ford, and all the civic groups in the city council had in that change. Secondly, the mayor's announced the 2018 BCYF Summer Grant Program for local organizations. So these grants range from $2,000 to $5,000 and will support summer programs in all of our Boston neighborhoods. They can be applied to by nonprofits like yourself or any type of group, so definitely pass it on. Last year, these programs, over 82 of them were funded, had a sports and recreation, fitness, or health-focused grant, or others were art-based, educational-based, or civic and community engagement-based. So definitely, if you're looking to apply for one of these, the deadline is on 5 o'clock, Friday, May 18th. And for more information, please visit boston.gov/BCYF. Update on some city initiatives. Thank you for everyone who is here who participated in Love Your Block this year. We had over 80 volunteers in the North End and the West End. And so big thanks to groups like RUF, NEWRA, NEWNIC, and the Elliott School who always come out and support and help clean our streets. The Mayor's Coffee Hour this year will be at Christopher Columbus Park on Thursday, June 18th at 9:30 in the morning. So that's a good opportunity for residents to come out and meet the heads of city departments, the mayor, have some coffee, get a free plant from our Parks Department, and enjoy the good weather, God willing. And lastly, just some city-sponsored meetings and events. There will be a climate change and historic preservation discussion panel with the Boston Landmarks Commission. Has teamed up with our Climate Ready Boston initiative through the Environment Department to create a panel with the hope of starting a conversation about climate change and how it might affect Boston's already built environment, specifically historical structures like we have here in the North End. That will be Monday, May 14th at 6 o'clock in the Piemonte Room at City Hall, which is on the 5th floor. For more information on that, you can visit boston.gov/climatereadyboston. And lastly, the Parks Department will be hosting a Popolo and Langone Parks community meeting. That will be on Monday, May 21st at 6:30 here at the Nazaro Center. This will be the third in a series of community meetings on the upgrades that are being made to Popolo and Langone Park. If you have any more questions or need more information, you can call Kathy Baker Eclipse, who is the project manager. She can be reached at 617-961-3058 or by email kathy.baker-eclipse@boston.gov. That can also all be found online through the Park Department website. That's all I have. Thank you.
Short-term rental update. So the councilor was happy to play an integral part along with City Councilor Michelle Wu and Representative Aaron Mikowitz in fighting for the North End. She supported the amended ordinance introduced by the mayor to completely abolish investor units. And this requires ad hoc hotels to be rezoned from residential to commercial and will help with absentee landlords. Next is the pilot program. The council introduced a hearing order with at-large councilor Esther B. George that will explore our city's colleges and universities payment in lieu of taxes, or pilot payments. Colleges and universities are tax-exempt entities and therefore do not pay property tax even though they use city services like our first responders, our roads, and taking up our housing stock. And lastly, property tax reform. The councilor called a hearing for seniors and low-income homeowners who are house rich but cash poor, who fall behind on property taxes. The city offers payment plans for back taxes but requires a substantial down payment and must be completed in 1 year, or else they are at risk of foreclosure. The councilor is pushing for Boston to expand the length of tax repayments and forgive interest on back taxes. The state already allows cities to do this, but now she's looking to extend it from 1 year to as far up to about 5 years. And this will allow a lot of our neighborhood seniors to stay in the North End who may not be able to keep up with the property taxes as rents and mortgages grow higher. And if anything else in the neighborhood seems to come up, she's always welcome for calls to our office. And, yep, let me know if you need anything after the meeting.
Thank you, Michael.